They fought over who got to wear me. The world didn't end all at once. It ended in pieces, in missed calls, in news anchors who started crying on air, in roads that stopped being cleaned. They called them zombies because nobody wanted a longer word for something that ate people. They didn't have a word for the other things. My brother Ethan and I were driving north when the radio finally went quiet. Not static, just nothing. We took a back road through forest because the highways were clogged with burned cars and things that used to be people. Ethan kept checking the mirrors. "Do you hear that?" he asked. "Hear what?" "Like clicking." I laughed. "You're losing it." I wish he had been. The car died 20 minutes later. No warning, no cough, just silence. The forest around us was too quiet. No birds, no wind, just tall trees and dead leaves. Then we heard it again. Click, click, not from one place. From everywhere. We saw the zombie first. It came out between the trees, slow, crooked, with something dark hanging from its mouth that took a second to recognize as part of a person. Ethan grabbed my arm. We ran. That's when we saw the skeleton. It was standing in the trees like it had always been there. Not clean. Not white. Its bones were dark, stained, shiny in places like they had been polished from the inside. Its joints moved too smoothly. No hesitation, no stiffness. And it was watching us, not hunting, choosing. Here's the first rule, though we didn't know it yet. The skeleton does not chase you. It follows until you are ready. The zombie charged. The skeleton stepped in its way, and they collided. The zombie bit into its shoulder and tore off a chunk of something that should have mattered. The skeleton didn't react. It grabbed the zombie's head and turned it too far. Not a snap. A wet, grinding twist. The zombie kept screaming, not growling. Screaming like a person. We stood there watching because our brains couldn't process what was happening. The skeleton shoved its hand into the zombie's chest and pulled out something long, black, and moving. Not an organ. Something else. The zombie collapsed. Still twitching, still alive. Ethan whispered, "What the hell is that thing?" And that's when the skeleton turned its head toward us, slow, deliberate, like it had just finished eating a side dish. We ran again. We found a ranger station near dusk, barricaded it. Ethan was crying. I was shaking too hard to speak. That night we heard the clicking outside. Walking, stopping, walking, stopping. It never touched the door. It never tested the windows. It just waited. Second rule, it doesn't break in. It waits for you to break. The next day we found bones in the woods, not scattered. Placed. Sitting against trees, lying in the path. All facing the same direction, like they'd been put down gently, like someone had finished with them. Ethan twisted his ankle, running from another zombie 2 days later. We couldn't go fast anymore. That's when the skeleton started getting closer. Not fast, not slow. Inevitable. Third rule, it only takes people who can't escape anymore. The zombie caught Ethan at dusk. I heard him scream my name. I turned. I shouldn't have. The zombie was on him, tearing. And behind it, the skeleton was already there. They fought again. But this time the skeleton wasn't patient. It dismantled the zombie, pulled it apart like it was learning how it worked. Then it looked at Ethan. Ethan was still alive, still begging. The skeleton knelt, and opened him, not ripping, not tearing, like unzipping. Ethan screamed until his voice broke, then until his jaw did. I ran. I don't remember how far. I remember falling. I remember hands on me. Not many, just two. Too strong. Here's the last rule. The skeleton doesn't kill you. It empties you. I felt my skin being taken off without pain. I felt my muscles let go. I felt my bones being touched from the outside. And then something climbed into me. I woke up, standing, not breathing, not blinking, in my body, but not alone. I can see, but I can't move. I can feel my hands lift. I can feel my legs walk. I can feel my face practice expressions. Sometimes it tilts my head. Sometimes it smiles. We walk the forest now, looking for the ones who can't run anymore. The zombies still eat. We still collect. Sometimes when we pass bones sitting against trees, I realize they're not dead. They're just empty. And sometimes at night, when my body stands very still, I feel it loosen its grip on me, just a little, and I remember what it felt like to have a brother. Then I hear clicking, and we start walking again, and somewhere out there, you're getting tired.